All right, so there's two people in here watching. How you doing today? I don't know who you are. You could be just checking in, but yeah, I just wanted to say having a YouTube channel rocks. That is the title. It is really awesome. Hey, what's up, Jen No Fear? That was my title because I was looking through some of my past videos and some of the comments. And I'm like, damn, I don't get those comments anymore. I don't get the quantity of comments and the diversity and different types of people. I must have really pissed a lot of people off. So I do apologize. Um, but yeah, it's like the first 2 or 3 months, I was just like getting so many different people that were interested. And then somehow I went off, and went sideways or something. I don't know. But yeah, hope everyone is doing well today. I don't know how long I'm going to do this. I don't know. I did a Mandela effect video recently, and it kind of stinks because it's not like it's any Mandela effects no one's ever heard of. It's just ones that are most, the ones that I remember the most. So, but it's all like kind of those mainstream ones. Um, yeah, I think it has a lot of implications. The Mandela effect. I think it's really important. I mean, that is one of the biggest truths that I've ever learned was the Mandela effect. I don't know how what you guys think of the Mandela effect. Um, but I do trust my memory, and there's things that I don't remember. Like I don't have the best memory necessarily, but there's just things you just definitely remember. And I think a lot of people just pass it off as just saying like, oh, the brain or your memory is just so unreliable in general. And it's like, yeah, it is. You're right. It is unreliable, but there's things you definitely remember, like your phone number, when you grew up, your street address. Oh, that's yeah, no worries, Jen, no fear if you're driving. I hope that you're safe on the road, and I hope I hope there's not too much traffic. I don't know if you're driving home from work or whatever, but yeah, I was fortunate. I worked from home for many years. After the CV, I wanted to work from home. I didn't want to wear a mask. I didn't want to be pressured into that shit. Like I have a sales background, so there's a lot of things you can do with sales working from home. So that's what I did. And but now I'm changing. I'm going to be working out. Not in an office, but like remote, just on the road a lot, meeting with prospective customers, and that's really a lot better for me than just being at home. But I don't know. One thing I thought about because I know that I'm pretty sure. Oh, hey, Calvin. Yeah. So Jen No Fear. I think you used to be a mod, right, for Jake the Awake, or you still are. Um, it's funny because he's he's really having a fight with FFE. He's going live tonight. Um, but yeah, I like that he's exposing FFE because I've always felt that he was a shill. So it's good to see Jake doing that. I was gonna expose him, but no one better than Jake doing that. Uh, and he's also got like 90,000 plus subs. So it hits a little harder. Someone like him, where of course FFE. I don't know if you guys know he threatened Jake's life. So he threatened to end his life. I know it's a lot of drama, but it is entertaining from time to time. I just wish his live streams weren't so late. I used to watch them all the time. Every single live stream I used to watch, and but over time I've kind of moved on from a lot of those things. I don't want to hear about the economy struggling. There's just certain things I don't want to hear about. Um, Yeah, how is it going, Kelvin? How are you doing today? What's on what's on your mind? But yeah, I mean, I started this channel 3 years ago, and a little over 3 years ago, and it's pretty. You don't really know what to expect, and it's kind of scary, and you don't know how people are going to respond to you, and it takes a while to sort of get into a groove, and it's tough. It's not easy to be the best person you can be. I mean, sometimes you kind of get messed up into some things and or mixed up into things, and but I don't have any real regrets. I don't know. I It's just interesting to me because it's weird. Like when my channel was like super tiny, I used to get like tons of engagement. Like it's like people were interested. Oh, here's this new guy. What's he have to say? And now it just I don't know. I Because the thing is, I don't know. I just kind of like go with the way I change things. How I think about things. So that turns people off. I think. I also maybe offended some people that I shouldn't have, and that kind of rub people the wrong way. I don't know, but I'd like to more people and just because that's what I want to do. Is I do this because I just want to like talk to people and engage with people, and that's all I really want. But I got to earn it too. Jen No Fear says, I've been on Jake's for a while and never watched FFE. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's, yeah, the fittest flat earther. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have a friend who believes that FFE is promoting some truth that's important. Um, and that may be the case, but I see FFE as a gatekeeper. I see him as a shill. Unfortunately, I don't think that he's doing. I mean, you look at the amount of like the subs that he has, his success on TikTok, as well as YouTube, and how fast he's grown. And in less than 2 years, he had I think 100,000 subs. I just don't see that happening with any real one. I mean, whatever he's putting out there, YouTube wants to promote it, so that's what they're doing. And I think some of these, like, because what FFE does is he's that guy who's like this celebrity is playing that celebrity, and what it is it's the fallen angels. So they're playing these different characters, and I think he gets some of like a lot of them probably wrong. I don't know. It just seems like he's making the whole subject kind of look bad. Yeah, just another day in the simulation, which I think the Mandela effect is what points to this being a simulation, for me at least. And that's okay. I mean, like it doesn't mean that it's a computer simulation like the Matrix. It just means that it's not like the real reality, if you will. Um, this isn't reality like as we that this is something else. This is some sort of like I don't want to call it a game, but it's kind of like being in a game, like a video game in a way. But it's not a game. You see what I'm saying? You can't just quit anytime you want. Not easily. There's no object of the game. There's no instructions. We're just sent here. Here you go. Survive. And your resources are the ones that came before you, your parents and everybody else. We came into just some hellish movie or something. Well, thank you so much, Jen No Fear, for liking the Mandela video. I appreciate it. I wanted to do something sort of you know kind of positive, lighthearted, something a little bit different. I've been meaning to do a video about the Mandela effect, and I know to many it might be deemed as like baby truther, but I think it's a really important topic. I think that there's many Mandela effects that aren't talked about very much, like the Monopoly guy. We talk about him a lot. We talk a lot about Berenstein Bears, and on and on. But there's a lot of other ones too, like South America being Southeast America now. Many others. There's geography changes. There could be anatomy changes. There's word changes, like the word dilemma. I used to remember that being spelt with an N, like dilemma, not dilemma. There's a lot of them out there. So my top 10 was just truly my top 10 that I'm like 100% about. Maybe I'll do one at some point of some like 5 or so that are not, ones that I'm kind of like scratching my head about. Anyone still talking about flat Earth is 2026 100% shill? Yeah, I agree, Kelvin. Although I do believe the Earth is a plane, I do agree that I guess there could be somebody that's new to the truth, just truth in general, conspiracies that might be talking about the flat Earth. That's their beginning of their journey. That's fine. We have to see where things go, how they progress, basically. But if anybody's promoting the circling sun and moon map, they either have not done enough research on it. They're just peddling what they've heard. They're just parroting the past old information, or they are a shill. It's one of those three. But I look at it like more like a simulation. And I know it sounds scary, but I don't know what else you would call it. When you're when it's like a life or death situation, things seem to go in slow motion. And you also the Mandela effect too, and the changes that we have here as well. We're obviously in something that is, I don't know, not something that I would normally be like, yeah, let's do this. I want to come here and experience this. Not at all. I don't know what it is, and I don't think it's anything good. And it's just really getting old for me. It's getting boring and old after a while. It's just getting like, when is it going to end? Yeah. Yeah, flat Earth, the extent to which we're lied to. Exactly. Yeah. I was like, holy shit, they can lie about something that big. I didn't think that was possible, I didn't think it was possible at all. And gosh, the ISS, and that is just like so bad. How many times they've been caught, faking the ISS? It's unbelievable. It's unreal. The photographs of Earth, and they're not photographs, they're pictures, they're like paintings or CGI, and one of them has the words SEX, sex in the clouds, upside down, and then they copy paste the clouds. They admit that they copy paste and they use Photoshop, and yeah, it's really ridiculous. The average person, you would think they'd be smart enough. I didn't do very well in school, but you would think they'd be, and that was what they would say: you're dumb, you don't know science. But it's like, well, they don't have any real photographs of the Earth. That just seems really suspicious to me. Hey, what's up, Fredo? Clues point to where inside of an eye on the iris. This is island. Yeah, it could be. It could be, but, I don't think it matters so much where we are, what this place is. It really matters more about how it affects you and where you're going from here. Where does this lead you to, and do you have any control over where it leads you to? That's the main thing. Do I have control? Did I have control before I came here? Did I choose to come here? Was I forced here? Was I tricked? Gosh, I could come up with a story, a possibility of all those things. It could be all of the above. I'll tell you one thing. I kind of hope that I chose to come here because that puts me in control. But then I'm like, damn, am I going to choose to come here again? Motherfucker. I hope not. I hope I don't choose to come to a place like this again. So maybe I wish that I was just tricked into coming here, and then I've learned that, and that now I can, from now on, I won't be tricked again. I don't know. It's such a mystery, isn't it? It is such a mystery what this whole thing is all about. And there's some channels that claim that they know everything that's going on and all this, and I just don't trust those channels because they don't have any evidence. And yeah, it's the whole truth thing is gosh, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, and it's like I've barely lived, I haven't even lived 40 years yet, but it feels like I've been here 100 years. It's just the same damn thing every year, every day. But the thing is, we can communicate with each other. We can talk with each other. That's great, and there are definitely good things and positive things as well. And that's kind of where I don't see it so much as a soul trap, because there are things here. There are realizations that I've had in my life that are just so damn impactful and so meaningful to me that it's more than just a soul trap. This is, wow. I'll tell you what I want, the thing that I want the most. I want to know everything. I want to know everything. I want to know what this is, why I'm here, what is outside of all this, and what is evil and why is there evil? Why does evil even exist? Does it just exist here? Does it exist other places? Why is it here? What is it? I mean, did it just come from spirits who got bored? I don't know. I don't think so. I could see, like, okay, I want to challenge myself. I want to be challenged. But man, it's like, I would never do this evil. I would never create a place this evil, where, you got, animals that just eat each other alive. I mean, come on, it's like, really? Do we have to have that? Yeah, it is like Groundhog's Day. That was a great movie. I really liked it. What do you guys think of that movie, Groundhog Day? That was a good one. Bill Murray. That was pretty good, but I like the scene where he just smokes cigarettes and eats donuts and muffins and shit. And he's just like, well, what the hell, It's just going to be, just going to do it all again tomorrow. That was great. I wish I was him right then and there. I could eat all those donuts. I really like donuts a lot. I don't eat them too often anymore, but they are tasty, that's for sure. Well, we've got 5 people in here. That's awesome. I'm not really sure what you guys want me to talk about. I said that the title of this was that something about having a YouTube channel is cool or is awesome, or it rocks, right? It rocks. It really does rock. It's really cool. It is really special, and because I really seriously thought about ending my channel. But honestly, it's just been such a journey, a great journey, that I just really I just couldn't do it. And there were people who didn't want me to. So I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't quite muster, you know, I couldn't do it. I couldn't muster the will to get it done. I just wouldn't, I just don't want to see it all go away. People used to like me a lot more, actually. When I started my channel, I think people liked me more. They don't like me as much anymore. I don't know why. I have a personality where I just speak my mind, and I don't like dealing with it. I like to fight back and punch back. I have that kind of personality. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, but that's just my personality. Yeah, it does seem like we're being farmed. Absolutely, our energy. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. 100%. Now there could be there's aspects of the soul trap that very well may be correct, which is that we're quote loosh, or this is an energy farm. It's feeding off our energy. It's eating us. That totally could be true. That's what it seems like. I just don't. The whole soul trap thing, unfortunately, it's too simplified. It doesn't really. It throws the baby out with the bathwater on a lot of things. I think it's detrimental to the average truth seeker to be going down that path. Take the good, leave the bad. But if you're just focusing on it's a soul trap, it's a soul trap, it's a soul trap, I don't think you're going to do anything good for yourself. It's just not going to be good in the end. I don't think it ain't going to be good for me. Maybe it'll be good for you. It's not going to be good for me. It's not because I'm weak. It's not because I can't handle it. It's just like I'm not using my abilities, my power at all with the soul trap. Playing the victim, and not using my mind to, your mind is just your entire reality is based on how you think about things, and it doesn't change things necessarily, but it's how you look at things. And hell, we don't really know everything. We don't know everything, so you might as well look at things, frame things so that you can be at advantage. Frame things in a way that are good for you, that creates the best outcome for you. Yes, Jen, no fear. Focus on driving and be safe. Monster 33336 found my Mandela video interesting. I'm curious, Monster. How did you find it interesting? I put that out there because that's the truth. Those are my top 10 that I can think of Mandela effects that I believe 100%. Those are my top 10. Why did you think it was interesting? Because a lot of it's just mainstream. Everybody knows about those Mandela effects. So I'm just curious. I could be a liar and say that my top 10 is other things like South America, the American flag, the red stripe under the blue. It could be like kidneys, your kidneys moved, your heart moved, those things. But I'm not 100% on those things. I might not even be 80 or 90%. So I was just being honest. And that's what I do. I'm just honest. Honest doesn't win any prizes typically. You don't get rewarded for honesty here too much because it doesn't always make an entertaining video now, does it? But I appreciate that, Monster, for you thinking that it was interesting. I thought it was interesting too, in a way, because I thought that it was kind of funny. It was kind of humorous. Almost like I was mocking it, but I'm not mocking it. Some people might say, oh, you're mocking the Mandela effect. But no, I just like to have fun and I like to invoke a little bit of humor into things. Yeah, sovereignty, exactly. Yeah. And Jen, no fear. That's really, yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing, sovereignty and not trusting things that might come into your environment or into your field, just automatically trusting stuff, whether that could be like, in the afterlife, near death experience, anything like that. Just not trusting these things, trust yourself. That's the biggest thing. I think there's a lot of truth to the soul trap. It's a good theory, but there's a lot of things that are not good about it. And I've talked about that before. It says, to be honest, I never believed until something substantial had me questioning reality. Most Mandela effects tweaks are so minor, it's easy to get confused with. Yeah, they are minor. They're small, little small changes. I think if they were too big, it'd be too obvious, maybe, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's an important topic, the Mandela effect. But, we know about that. We it's been around a long time on the internet, but it doesn't take away its importance in what this place is, it just shows, like, it's like the Bible too. Like, people are, they read the Bible, they put their trust and faith in the Bible, the words, but the words change. Everything changes here. It's like nothing's permanent. It's always changing, and it's like maybe tomorrow I don't know, I'll create some immunity towards all disease with the Mandela effect at my favor. I don't know. It makes me a little more positive about stuff too. It's like, well, maybe there'll be a good change that will help me. I don't know. All right, I'll be back in like 2 or 3 minutes. All right, I'll be right back. And then I might go on for another 15 minutes, half hour or so. Just depends. All right, I am back, and I do apologize that I don't have a picture you guys can look at. It doesn't like easily give me an option to do that, so I just it asks me for my camera, and I say okay, maybe I should just tell it not to use my camera. Maybe that's what it is because I always say yeah, you can use my camera. I give it permission. So maybe I should just say no, and then it'll like give me an option to like put a some sort of picture up there. I don't know. Because, I mean, the background can get kind of weird and see it touching it now. Got to move around. It's kind of trippy, I think. But, so yeah, we got 5 people in here. I appreciate it. Anybody who has anything they want to bring up, topics or comments, or comments or questions is totally encouraged here. And what do you want to discuss? We often talk about the soul trap. Yeah, we do talk about the old soul trap there. I don't know. I mean, I'm one of those guys who thinks that, like, I think that a lot of these folks that push the soul trap are, dare I say, agents, shills. They're never going to admit that they are, so we may not know exactly, but I wonder what their motivation is, because a lot of them are just selling you something. All these major topics, there's always people that are in front of it, usually selling something, or they're usually misleading in some way. All these topics, I mean, everything. I mean, even things that aren't even like truth topics. There's like, I mean, you could go look up like bodybuilding and, the people who front those are suspicious. People who front the veganism or carnivore, they're all super suspicious. A lot of them, they're doing their 666 hand signs. They're doing the diamond symbol, all different kinds of things. They're wearing, shirts with like a pyramid on it and stuff, or they have their background. They got bricks in the background. Is that all just a coincidence? And yeah, I don't know. Like some people who did the carnivore diet claim to have a stroke, heart attacks, strokes, things like that. But you got like doctors pushing it, like, oh, it's the healthiest way, and it's the it's the natural like human diet and shit. But if we're in a simulation, it might not be that way, because it's like evolution's fake, so we can't go based on that. Yeah, YouTube. I remember I started watching YouTube like regularly, like all the time, back in 2012 and 2011, 2012. And it was fucking awesome. It was like the best. I was like, this is so good. This is where I belong, watching this stuff. And gosh, it sucks now. I mean, it's all the AI slop. I don't know if it's because I click on some videos, but every other fucking video is like some teacher who, fucked a student, and all this. Oh my God. It's just, there was this video, or there'll be this video of like a woman who just like, she's like a nice looking woman who's just like, peeling a, like corn, and and that's it. That's the whole video. Like a nice looking woman peeling corn, and it gets 22 million views in 3 weeks. Oh my God, that ain't me being jealous. That's just me being like, shit. Like, man, YouTube is not like looking out for the best interest of humankind. I'll tell you that right now. They'll promote all this shit. It's like all these pranks too that people do, like those prank channels. They promote that stuff and all this like There's so many reaction videos now. And it's like, I don't do this for money, and so many people, they just look at it as like a side gig, and hustle, get a little extra money on the side. And damn, I just wish they would promote goodness. Isn't it pretty obvious that this place is not about like morality? It's not about goodness. It's not about the general welfare. I mean, it's clearly satanic. Oh, Browns boy, what's up, man? You got any fucking shit on Jack Talcott, that fucking swine? Oh man, Jackie Talcott. There's no perfect diet in hell. You're right, Johnny Boy Beatbox. There is no perfect diet. Everything has some side effect. Everything that I eat, not every single thing, but any diet. I've tried some different diets, and there's always cons to them. There's always negatives. There's some positives, but there's negatives too. It's like, what should I eat? I fell for that many years ago where I thought I could be super healthy. I just need to learn what to eat and I can have all this energy and sleep really well and just, all this. And yeah, I'm better sort of, but like, still have a lot of small or minor issues. And I'll tell you, the one good thing, one of the best things about Hell Realm is that they got marijuana and they got alcohol. If you can handle it. Some people can't handle alcohol, but they got marijuana, which is great. Unfortunately, with marijuana, you build a tolerance to it, and it just ain't the same after a while. You got to take breaks. So that sucks. I mean, drinking, I could just drink and feel good all the time, and maybe I might have to drink a little bit more, but with marijuana, damn, I got to take off like a fucking month, to get to where it's good. And, that sucks. That sucks. Like that's what I want, folks. I'm serious. That is where I want to be. My freedom is once I'm out of here. I want to be stoned permanently. I want to be permanently stoned. And that's what I'm going for. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have heard what do you guys think of like the panel verse thing? The panel verses and the truth community. Have you guys heard of Jack Talcott? Have you heard of some of these? I mean, I don't know. I don't think you have, right? I'm not interested in that shit. It's kind of like the pits of the internet, the pits of the truth community. Yeah, they're just all actors and oh my god. I think Brown's boy, you were saying that Rose 777. Remember Rose 777 is a LARPer. Was that you, Brown's boy? Yeah, she's a fucking LARP. Fuck Rose 777. How about that? Fuck Rose. Wow. I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful. I get a little excited sometimes. I don't know. I just don't like seeing all these shills just get away with being a shill. That's all. And then they always lie and they never say, of course, they're not going to say they're a shill, but they always, oh man, it's just, it's so obvious. Oh yeah, Jeff Mara. Jeff Mara. I guess Mara is like his wife's name, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. Jeff Mara. I don't know if he's the wife or she's the wife. Maybe she's the husband. I don't know. Well, guys, today we're going to talk to Cindy. And Cindy just recently had a near-death experience. Hi, Cindy. Tell us your story. And then he's always got the globe in the background too, which I can't fucking stand. The globe. I know I still have. I mean, there's still truthers who think, in the Soul Trap, that think we live on a globe. I don't know. I don't think so. I think this is a flat Earth. But that's it. I mean, I don't know anything else, or whatever you want to call it. Level Earth. It's not flat. It's got hills. It's got mountains. But it's not some fucking globe. Come on now. You all been to the beach, haven't you? Maybe some of you haven't been to the beach. I don't know. Oh, we got 9 people in here. It's good to see all you folks. I'm sure there's some wonderful people just looking on, and there's probably some jerks watching this. Come on, jerks. Come on, comment. Let's go. I can take all of you, take you all on. Browns boy, what link are you looking for? You said link with a question mark. I don't know what you're talking about. You talking to me or someone else? I don't know any link. I got no links. I don't know. But I started this live because I just thought I was going through my channel, and I was looking at some old videos and some comments, and I'm like, damn, I used to get so many more fucking comments. I used to get more different people, and I don't know, I pissed them all off. I don't know what it was. It's like, damn, I had it good. I had it really good back then. Now I'm struggling. I got so many views, and it was nice, and I'll tell you, I like having views. I'm not going to lie about that. It feels good. I like seeing numbers go up, not down, up. But the main thing is engaging with all you people and being able to talk to you people. That's why I want to talk to people. You know what I mean? I want to disagree. If we disagree, I want to debate it. I want to bring facts to the table. Let's go back and forth. That's what I do. That's why I do this. But also, one of the main reasons too that I started a channel was to find out who the liars are. Because when they lie about me, I know they're lying. That's what I love about having a channel, is I get to know who the liars are. Because I'm just a real dude. And anybody who lies about me, it's very obvious. And I know. You guys might not know, but I know. And that's what's important. That's why everyone should start a channel. Everyone should start a channel, because then you know who the real shills are. I always wanted to know who they were. Who are the shills? Well, I kind of had an idea, but now I really know. Link to join you on stage. I don't have a link because I can't do that. I wasn't planning on having somebody come in here. I will. Now that you mention it, Browns boy, next time I will get StreamYard ready and all that set up, and I can send a link to people. That's fine. I would love to have that. So I appreciate that. I enjoy going live. It's fun. So I will be going live pretty soon again. So I will give a link. Just I trust you more than some others, Browns boy, but to anyone else out there, don't be sending naked pictures of people. Don't be doing that. Don't be trying to get my stream taken down or any of that shit. I'm going to be real. I'm going to be kind of strict about it. Did they make it around the moon on April Fool's Day? April Fool's Day. It is April Fool's Day. That's super cool. It is. I don't know. I'm not fooling anybody. But it is April Fool's Day. But it's always fun to fool people on April Fool's Day, By the way, I thought you and TMS were friends. Sorry to bring him up. You know what? You should be sorry. You should be sorry for bringing. You didn't. I don't think you brought him up though, did you? You didn't bring him up. No, oh, me and TMS. Oh, TMS. I don't know who that is. Who's TMS? I thought you were talking about TSM. I don't know who TMS is. Oh, hi, Leslie. I hope you're doing fine today, and I hope you're doing well. I just try to laugh at all and lucid dream when I get the chance. Well, I don't lucid dream. I have a dream, and there's stuff put in my view. I'm in the dream, but I kind of know I'm in a dream, but I have no control, zero control over my dream. I'm in the dream. Whatever happens, happens. What I'm gonna see, I'm gonna see, and I have no control over it. I can't just start being like, "Oh, I'm in a dream. I'm aware that I'm in a dream, and I can do whatever I want. I'm gonna go step over here. I'm gonna step over there. I'm gonna punch you in the face." I can't do that, Jen. I'm just at the mercy of the dream. I have no control. Well, I'm gonna work on it. Work on my lucid dreaming skills. Yeah, I got to work on that stuff. I really do need to work on that stuff. I don't know how important it really is, but I don't think it hurts. I think it's a good thing. I would love to have an out of body experience. I've had out of body experiences, but they weren't when I was very, very young. I was a child. I was a child. And then what happened was I listened to people and I started, going to school and trying to be a good boy. I wanted to be a good boy and get good grades and make my parents proud. And I stopped going out of body. I didn't know what was going on. Yeah, I bet it is empowering for sure. I would love that. That'd be great. Although I do remember I did have a dream not too long ago where I was telling my family that the earth was flat and they all laughed at me. They all laughed at me. Yeah, I got to look Jen No Fear. I got to look it up. I got to look up what to do, how to lucid dream, all this stuff. I'm just, I'm so messed up with that stuff cuz I'm just not a very good sleeper as it is, and I don't know. I mean, sometimes I'll have a bad dream and I know it's a dream. I know it's a dream, and then I wake up. Like as soon as I know it's a dream, I wake up. Like I'll have ones where I'm in an airplane and then the airplane will start going downhill, crashing, it just starts losing control. And then before I hit the ground, I wake up. Or one time I had a dream I was in my childhood home and I looked out the window and all of a sudden there was a bunch of fire and flames everywhere, like someone just threw a bomb on the yard and everything went up in flames. It was coming towards the house and I woke up. I had another dream where I was in my childhood home and a tornado was coming right for my house and I woke up. So I know when the dream gets a little bit out of line that this is not real. I wonder if it happens in real life. If I'll just be, this ain't real. That tornado ain't fucking real. I'm a belly sleeper. I sleep on my stomach. I know it's the worst thing to do, right? They say, but I can try to sleep on my side or my back and I won't get any sleep and then I'll fucking get some fucking disease and die. So what the hell? I just think being able to tell when you're dreaming will help discernment. I agree. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong. There's nothing but good, I think, from being able to have a lucid dream and being aware, of where you are and what's going on. I think that's important. Yeah, I don't know. When I smoked a lot of weed, I didn't have many dreams that I remembered, but now I don't smoke as much, so I do have more dreams. So maybe I can try to work on it a little bit more. I don't know. It's just sad. It's sad that we're all here in this fucking hell, and I don't want to like stress on it being hell too much, but because I think, like I said, I think we are powerful, and I think we can make a difference in our lives, in our consciousness, in the way that we see things. We can make a positive difference. We can really, I think there's a lot of untapped potential within all of us. I really do. And I think the sky is the limit. I really think it is. I really think we can do great things. I don't necessarily think we can change the world though, but we might not have to. It might not matter. Yeah. All right. Who keeps hitting the emojis thing here? Someone keeps hitting the emoji thing like crazy. Is that me or no? It's not me. I don't know. But yeah, thank you, Jen No Fear. Thank you for that. For letting me know about all this stuff, and I'm glad that you're having some good dreams and experiencing lucid dreams. Monster, the monster has a question. You said your car has more than 200,000 miles. Which make? Well, I drive a 2009 Ford Fusion. It's a 5-speed manual transmission. And I've had that car since January of 2012. So I've driven the same car for 14 years. Because I'm a cheap bastard, World War III. Anybody have any comments about World War III? I mean, I think I don't know. I mean, you know what? I'm so done. I really don't care about World War III or any of that shit. I mean, I think we've been in World War III since World War II. Jesus. We're in a war all the time. Cripe. I've had dreams where it's not common, but I've had dreams where I wake up and I have to start telling myself I drive a Ford Fusion. I live at this address. I have this phone number. I almost forget where I am. I forget this reality. I have a dream that's so impactful. It seems so real, and I don't want to leave the dream. And I have to remind myself that it was just a dream. And then I have this feeling of I just feel slight depression, I guess, despondent. I'm like, damn, I wish I was there. This sucks. But that's not all the time, and oh man. Oh man, all these emojis. I should choose an emoji to put in the chat. I don't know. There's some really weird ones. I love the ones with the two girls or two guys holding hands. What do you think about that one? Eternals duped into believers of false ID as human. Yeah, of course. I'm not no fucking human. I'm not a human at all. But I have to pretend to be human. I'm an actor. We're actors on a stage where the character is human. I'd love to say I don't want to play anymore, but I don't like pain. So well, I have a question for the chat. How do you guys think we got here? How do you think we got here to this mystery? How do you think we got here? I'm just curious. But okay, so we don't know, but like what are the options? Are you guys open to multiple options? Are you only open to we were tricked or we were forced, which is definitely possible? Yeah, I know. I know. It's just, yeah, the emojis are gone now. There was just all these smiley emojis that were just, just all over the place. But it's just me. Yeah, it's my end. Um, Captured. Okay. Well, I like that. I want someone to say we were captured. We chose this. I want someone that has, you know, I want someone who says something that they really believe that this is what it is. It doesn't mean you're right, but I want some um, assertiveness. I am very youthful, Jen No Fear. I'm not even 40 yet, so I'm so youthful, so young and energetic. But I'm an old soul. I don't want to be here for too much longer in this state. I feel old in a way, but I am youthful. I don't have any kids. That helps. So Leslie thinks we were captured. That kind of makes sense, right? I mean, shit. It's better than saying that we're being punished because I murdered somebody or something. Because some people think that we were punished. I don't know. I mean, that's not really fair. I'm not going to assume that I did something bad. I don't think I would have done anything bad, but yeah, I mean, like maybe we're like in a spiritual war outside of here, and we were captured as prisoners and sent into this thing. But the thing is, we are such powerful beings and creatures that, well, I don't want to call us creatures. Creature just sounds ugly to me. We are powerful spirits. So they have to manipulate and trick us, right? They have to trick us. They got to fake the moon landing. They got to fake, the ISS. They got to fake the news. They got to tell us that we came from monkeys, all this shit. Why would they have to do that if we weren't so powerful? So I do think we are powerful. It's like we're powerful beings that are imprisoned in this reality. We just haven't realized it yet, or we're starting to realize it. Yeah, it definitely seems like a horror movie for sure. I think it is a horror movie. I think maybe I wanted to come into a horror movie. I got bored. The problem is the mind wipe. I don't want the mind wipe. I don't want to forget everything. I want to know. I want to know who I am and all that shit. I don't want no mind wipes. That's the worst part of this whole thing is the mind wipe. I'd be almost willing to reincarnate into some shithole if I had my memory. Not having the memory is the worst part, and you're going to start all over again. I don't like that. Why do we have amnesia? Leslie's asking, what is the reason why everyone has amnesia? Why do we have amnesia? Do we always have amnesia? Do we always have zero memory or very little memory of anything from the past? Was it always that way? Because I feel like I remember sort of like when I was really young, a toddler or a baby, that I knew more than I know now. I don't know what you guys think of that. Okay, a lot of comments coming in here. How does one get amnesia? It wasn't our own doing. It's more than trauma. I don't know. Let me think. I don't know. I believe that. I think that. I don't believe. I kind of feel that we had. I don't know. I think when I came here, I knew right away that this wasn't my first experience, that I've existed before. That I've been around before this experience. And I feel like I had some memories, but I don't know. I couldn't really, I could not make any use of those memories because I could not communicate. I was a baby. So it didn't really matter. Um, but I do think I had some memories, but they just went away after a while. That's what I think. I know for sure when I came into this world that I that I existed prior to this. I knew that for sure. 100%. It was more like, you're looking through your eyes and you're looking around, and as you're looking at things, you're aware. You're thinking like, what is that? What is this? Where am I? Where am I now? Where am I now? Not this like there was not like this like this was my first time. No. I don't know how to explain it. I apologize. You can't use spirit in the same sentence or meaning as beings. Being have soul groups. Spirit is form of soul. Yeah, I don't want to get too focused, Leslie, on the words. I mean, whatever you want to call it, I existed before this life. And I will exist after this life. I don't really care what you call it, whether it's a spirit, a being, or whatever. We can call it a being. I don't really care what the words I don't think matter that much. The loosh can keep looshing through confusion. Yeah, I know. But what am I supposed to do? Jen No Fear. Meditate all day long? Like what is it's like, I get that, like, putting our attention towards the Matrix stuff and this reality, that could be an opportunity for them to, to feed off of us. But what's my other choice? Just meditate for 100 years and die? I mean, what am I supposed to be doing? You were pissed to be back here. Yeah, okay. I almost died. When I was born, I almost died. I had the umbilical cord wrapped around my neck 2 or 3 times, and I was kicking, and I came out backwards. I didn't come out the right way. I don't know if I was like trying, like I was like pissed about being here or whatever, but I almost died. Wow, really, Jen No Fear? Holy crap. Next time I want a tail. Jeez, wow, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Shit. When I was a kid, when I was really young, probably like up until 4 or 5 years old, I had these thoughts, these daydreams, these memories, dreams. I don't know what to call it, but it was this of this woman. This woman who was like my mother's age at the time, who was like my mother. Like I saw her as my mother, but it wasn't my mother in real life, in this life. That's one memory, memory that I have that is interesting. I don't know if it's a pre-birth memory. I'm not sure what it is, but I do remember this woman. And it was multiple times that I came back to her in my memories or my dream or a daydream or whatever. For some reason, I don't know what that was all about. But that's all I have as far as a possible, memory maybe from pre-birth. I'm not really sure. The Matrix AI of the Archon's machinery erases the memories either to the point of amnesia or daily regular memory wipes causing. Yeah. You know what? I feel like, so I have memory wipes throughout my life. I have kind of like mini memory wipes. I have memory wipes, where I relearn things sometimes that I already learned 20 years ago, these things, and I forget them, and then I go through that process again. I'll have to explain it sometime in a video, but I feel like we have memory wipes throughout our life as well. We don't completely lose the memory, but it gets buried, and we have to the only way to get it back is to go engage in that activity again that brought the memory in the first place, that brought that about in the first place. I'm just reading some of the comments here. There's 7 people that are watching right now. There's a couple people that are 2 or 3 people that have been commenting. I would love to hear what everyone else has to say as well. I'd love to see you chime in. Just focus on sovereignty and what that means to you. Yeah. I remember coming into existence. Really? That's interesting. I don't know if I remember coming into existence. I don't really remember the exact time. Interesting. Well, I'll probably keep going for maybe another 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so. And then I have to eat something. But yeah, I really like the conversation in the chat here, and I really appreciate it. I really don't really know what else to bring up. I mean, it's really deep stuff and takes a lot of thought, and sometimes I can kind of just, the weirdest thing is I find that I have my best ideas before I go to bed at night, and that's not always the best time to do a video. So I feel like when I do a video, I'm at the worst position to do a video. The best time to do a video is when I'm laying in bed at night, I guess. Oh, Jen, no fear, is still driving. Must be a long drive. Must be a long drive. Jeez. I emerged my so Leslie, who's in my soul group? Leslie, can you help me? Who's in my soul group? Can you give me a little hint? Do you have any idea who's in my soul? Can you help me out? How am I going to know if they're in my soul group? What if they're a deceiver? They're pretending to be in my soul group, but they're not. And then I get reincarnated back into this shithole. I don't want that. I think the biggest thing, though, guys, is don't be afraid of reincarnation. I'm going to type that in the chat. Don't be afraid. All right. Enter. Oh, I put it in the wrong place. I didn't actually put it in the chat. Silly me. Don't be afraid of reincarnation. Now, that does not mean that you want to be reincarnated. It does not mean that you're going to be reincarnated. It just means don't be afraid of it. I feel like being afraid of reincarnating can get you reincarnated. Don't be afraid of anything. Birthdays are actually anniversaries of our entrapment, which is sadistic. Oh, that's well, yeah. I mean, if I came here on a certain day, right? I mean, that was when I became entrapped, at least in this reality. Yeah, that makes sense. It's an anniversary. It's a celebration of when you were entrapped in this reality. You're right. It's not a day to be celebrating. Yeah. The soul group thing to me is just, I don't know. I mean, there's definitely some people that I've met, in this community that are really wonderful. And in a sense, I think of them as being soul group, partners. But I don't know. I don't know. I think I don't have a problem being on my own with all this. I don't have an issue with that. I don't have an issue of being alone, and having to do this myself. All right. Well, I think that's it. I think I'm going to wrap it up. Getting a little tired, I guess. I got to eat something. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Uh, and that's all. I'll go live again soon. But I appreciate it. You guys have a great night or afternoon or whatever evening, and we'll catch you on the next one. And be well.